Hello everyone, my name is Toertl and welcome to today's Minecraft video. I had a brilliant idea for a series I wanted to do on this channel, and I've been putting it off for quite some time because I'm just scared that I'm gonna fail terribly at it, which is landmarks built in Minecraft, but I only have the time of 1 hour to build them. And today's video is gonna kick off this series, even though I'm massively scared, with the Eiffel Tower. However, the Eiffel Tower is a pretty huge landmark to build in 1 hour, and I am currently in Minecraft 1.17 just because we have the replay mod feature, which allows me to create a time lapse for you guys to watch, and that also limits me to 250 something blocks of height. But the Eiffel Tower is 300 meters high, or blocks in this case, and we need to scale it down. So that's why this Eiffel Tower is going to be 1/3 of the actual size. But I hope that you're gonna enjoy this nonetheless. I think I'm going to start this video with a time lapse of me building for 1 hour, and unfortunately there's no real way for you to control that I'm actually only building for 1 hour, but you have to trust me on this one because I actually do this to challenge myself and improve as a builder, and that's the whole reason of this series. So let's see me potentially fail build the Eiffel Tower in 1 hour, because it's just so incredibly detailed with all the different shapes and bends it has in its design. And I'm a bit scared, but you know, let's just hit it. Let's have a look at how this will turn out. The first thing I did starting off with this challenge was I made a big square to define the scale for my build, and I then built the 4 little feet the Eiffel Tower is standing on, and they looked rather sandstony to me, like weathered sandstone. But as they were kind of weathered in real life on the reference picture I was working with, I decided that I don't want to use sandstone from Minecraft, but rather something a little bit darker, so therefore I used terracotta. And when I looked at the tower, which I thought was grey at first, I realized no, it's actually more of a weathered brown actually. And I went for the lightly weathered copper, and then getting the scale right with the 4 feet and the little legs was kind of tough, especially the angle leading up to the first middle section and then the angle from there. But I also started to get a little hung up with the details, and that's where most of my time went into. And in the end I ran out of time focusing too much on the details with little iron bars and whatnot, so it ended up being more of a framework. And here is what we have after 1 full hour of building. You can clearly see that this is the Eiffel Tower, but it's missing a distinct amount of detail, I think. I have tried to represent as many details as I could in the last 20 minutes, but I knew that I was running out of time and I just couldn't finish it. Like, I was at 30 minutes when I built this section over here, and I dreaded every second I spent on these chains and these iron bars, and I don't know why I pulled through with them, but it cost me a lot of time in the end, I think. Also, figuring out this section was kind of tough because it transitions from the sets of 3 for these struts over to sets of 4, sets of 5, and then over here sets of 7, 9 and 11 at the very top. And figuring out this shape gradient, I would call it, was very hard for me, especially the middle section, which I'm still not too happy with. But you can see that this is the Eiffel Tower, I think. At least it's not looking horrible. I think I would say I failed the challenge because I did not represent everything that I wanted. But then again, you can see what it's supposed to resemble, so I'm failing, but I'm just barely failing, I would say. And what I want to do now is I want to add the last bit of detail, which I didn't manage to do, and I want to have a look at how long it takes me, or how long I would need in order to build this with the amount of detail I had in mind. And for the future builds of this series, I really have to scale down a lot more. I thought 1/3 of the original size was enough. No. It's not enough. It is so massive still. This is 1/3 of the Eiffel Tower's size. And it's still too big. That's so mental to me. Alright, let me head on over into another time lapse and add all of the remaining details to finish this thing up. And let's see how long it will take me until this thing is completed with the amount of detail that I'm happy with. For the second build section, I obviously had a little bit more time because I was just not limited anymore and I could just go all out on the detail, but I was still trying to make it look not overloaded with details at the same time, which I think I achieved, but you be the judge, because I don't like judging my own builds objectively. I don't think that's even possible, so you let me know if I did that. And I used about 7 different decoration objects, I would say. So at the bottom we only have the copper, then you move up and you've got the iron bars and the chains being introduced, and then we transition into only chains for the 4 main struts. Then we've got a layer of lodestones to detail the second middle section, I would say, and the struts kind of merge with the fences at the top, which looks really good in my opinion. And then the big antenna on top is made out of andesite. So that's it. That's the Eiffel Tower build. A whopping 1 hour and 15 minutes later, so a total build time of 2 hours and 15 minutes later, I've come up with this. And to be fair, I like the result, but I still failed my challenge. I do, however, really like how this looks. I'm very proud of the detail I managed to put in, but I think I may have overdone it in some parts. For example, this area right here looks kind of busy, as well as this transition here. But overall, I kind of love it. I don't want to blow my own horn here, and I think people can build better Eiffel Towers than this, but I'm happy. I think I have done the best I could do. But for the next challenges, if you guys want to see more, I really have to work on the scale, because this is definitely too much. This is a 2.5 hour scale, so I failed it. And I, for the next build, will first of all pick out a landmark that is not as large or not as detailed, or both. And then I will also make it a lot smaller, because this is way too big. This is, I don't know if you can say it that way, but this is 1 hour and 15 too big, which is way too large, apparently. And with that, we've reached the end of today's video. I hope I've entertained you a little bit, and my rambling about my creative process in the time lapses was kind of interesting. If not, then I'm sorry for wasting your time, but I had fun with this little challenge. Let me know if you want to see more in the comments. I'm down for that. And let me also know what landmarks you want to see. I've got about 20 lined up on a list, and this is just a very prominent one I wanted to start with, and I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe if you are stuck with an Eiffel Tower build yourself, I hope I can also help you out with this video a little bit. Apart from that, thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.